Hi folks, I have a little addition to the wood stove. I'm going to try and get some, well, I'm not going to try, it's going to actually work. I'm going to get some hot water, free hot water, as the wood is burning in the stove. And what I've done, I had these holes in the side, and I was going to use, don't worry about this bright light here, it's just my flashlight to assist seeing this thing. So anyhow, I was going to use one of these pipes, inner pipes of the wood stove for this, but I changed my mind and I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to end up using is the stove pipe itself. And then I have the copper pipe on here already. It's just flexible pipe, so it was easy enough to wrap around it. Some claim you should fill it with water and fill it with sand and blah blah blah, but it's flexible pipe. It's meant to be flexed. So that's exactly what takes place here. I just flexed it around the pipe and made a nice little coil. And then after this, I will be taking one of these standard stove pipes, this type of pipe, but I'll be getting a larger diameter one, and I'll be enclosing this. So it's basically going to be going, this is too small of course, but it's going to be basically inside of here. This here will be inside. Then I'll have my lines, my inlet and my outlet, and then I'm going to incorporate it into the hot water tank itself. And I'm going to incorporate it into the, again, don't mind this light, this is a pretty dark spot. I'm going to incorporate it into the inlet line of the hot water tank. And what I'm going to do for the inlet line is I need to put a chuck valve in here. And the reason for the chuck valve is that so the heat does not travel up the inlet line and warm up all the water throughout the house. So the chuck valve is going to actually stop that, prevent that from happening. And so a few little fittings I had to pick up, some shut-off valves, and some T's, some elbows, and that type of stuff. And then here's the outlet of the hot water. So I'll be tapping into the outlet. Oh, and that finished up the stovepipe here for the hot water tank itself. I couldn't find an adapter for here. I needed a 5" to a 6". Actually, it was a 5.5" to a 6", and they didn't sell one. Maybe I'm thinking because this stove itself is about 40 years old. It's a fuel-fired stove, diesel fuel-fired. So what I ended up doing is I just made my own. I called for them to make me one. They wanted like $40. So I spent about 45 minutes making my own up, just from the remnant pieces left over of this stuff. It was simple enough. I brazed welded it. I'll put some paint on there and it'll look really, really nice. And we're actually going to paint this hot water tank black itself. So once I incorporate this coil to the hot water tank, I'm going to put shut-off valves for the inlet and the outlet. And it's important to have the little drain plugs on the side of these shut-off valves. And I'll tell you why. Because when not in use, summer months, you want to be able to remove all the water out of the coil. And that's how you're going to do it, is by removing these little caps. And the water is going to flow out, and it's going to empty itself out. And you want to make sure that you have both of the valves have that. If you don't, then you're going to end up with create a vacuum in there, and it just won't drain out. The vacuum will actually hold the water in the pipe from draining. So you want to be able to have an inlet of air and an outlet of air, and that inlet and outlet will actually allow this line itself to drain itself. So this is just the beginning steps. I'll make a couple other videos as the progress is coming along. It's going to be interesting. And thank you for watching, and thanking those who have subscribed. And if you have not, please do so.